Real briefly, I want to say where we're here is because the evolution of the case law has got to the point where the ballot summaries, the requirement form that's not in the Constitution, the accuracy requirement that's been implied in the Constitution has gotten to the point where our ballot summaries have to be perfect. And that's not the law. That's not in the Constitution. And so what we're trying to do, per the court's instruction, they're saying to us, give us a pathway to get these things to the voters, because the Constitution says that they must be voted on by the voters. What's disingenuous is that provision in the Constitution, for all intent and purposes, has been nullified by the last 10 cases that have been challenged of joint resolutions of this body that's gone to the Supreme Court. The cost, there's no increase in the cost. We have to pay that $106 right now to publish the full amendment, the summary, and the title 10 weeks and 6 weeks before. That doesn't change at all. There's no increase in cost. And I'd say this, if you look at the Constitution Amendment, all we're saying, this is the intent, it's one of the purest bills I think you're going to vote on in this election. It says simply, the Constitution requires that the voters have a chance to vote on constitutional amendments, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to do whatever it takes, per the court's request and instruction, to give them a remedy to get this to the voters. So this bill before you, you could have 10 alternate ballot summaries. We could have a legislative body that gets together and we could say, you know what, minority party, why don't you give a shot at a ballot summary, and we'll add that one in too, and we'll pass the joint resolution with 10 alternative ballot summaries, starting with the first one we like down to the 10th, and the court can look at all of them. They can strike out all 10. We haven't taken any power away from the court. But what we're trying to do, per the court's instruction, is get these to go to the voters. And I will tell you, I've spent a lot of time with Representative Steinberg and some of the members, and I'm a true optimist. And just like the guy in Dumb and Dumber, I went up to Representative Steinberg and I said, so what's your chance of voting on this? Is it close? And he says, oh, it's maybe 1 in 1,000. And I said, so you're telling me there's a chance? And so hopefully on the floor we can have a good debate, but all this bill is trying to do is what the Constitution mandates, and that is allow the voters to vote on these amendments.